Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Witchy Wednesday. Last week, we screamed for all it was worth and got all that pent up, built up, tight, tough energy out from inside our bodies and released it and got it out. And I hope that it was a fun and relieving experiment for everyone who did it. This week, I want to talk about facing fears. Now, I'm not talking about if you have a fear of snakes, you suddenly must touch them or whatever. Little things during the day. You might have a meeting that's coming up that you're anxious about, or you have something that you have to deal with that you're apprehensive about, or have nerves about, or have anxiety about, or maybe thrown in a situation that's unexpected and frightening or overwhelming, and you have to do it afraid. And you find that strength inside ourselves. I had that happen to me just a week ago Sunday, actually. So, today's Friday. So 5 days ago, I had a very, very, very frightening experience. And I had no choice. There was no one else around. And I had to deal with it. I had to stand there in my fear and still be functional in it and do what I had to do to get things done. And then after the fact, try very hard to reground myself. But what's come out of it, even though I'm still settling my nerves, it was overwhelming for me, is that I'm very proud of myself. And that I recognize, even if we're nervous or anxious or afraid of something, wishing that we weren't feeling that way or hoping that we stop feeling that way sometimes isn't an option. And you just have to accept that I'm going to do it even afraid. But I'm still going to walk forward. I'm still going to use right judgment. I'm still going to put my best foot forward. So what I want this week is for you to spend some moments thinking about the times that even when overwhelmed, you still stood and faced the storm in front of you. And love yourself for that. Be proud of yourself for that. Know that in the future, if there's something that pops up that is overwhelming or hard to deal with, your history in the past has been to be able to get it done, even if it's awkward, even if it's awful. Your history up until now is that you've gotten through these things before, that you'll do it even afraid, and that you're going to give yourself more love, more support, and unconditional acceptance when it's all said and done. So I felt inspired this week for us to ponder how much strength we display on a regular basis in our workplace sometimes, even if it's just anxiety that we can't explain and we still have to remain functional. Sometimes when you're overwhelmed and you've got things on your mind and you have to kind of pull it off out in the greater world in front of others and it's hard and you're overwhelmed, be very proud of yourself. Take 5 minutes a day to think of, we don't know where the strength comes from in these moments, but it's there when it has to be. Sometimes you come across a scene, an accident, or something horrific, which is what happened to me, and I had to deal with it, even though I was completely overwhelmed. And I'm giving myself lots of time after the fact to just recover and to accept that I'm kind of in a little bit of shock, but I still functioned. And I'm proud of that. And to think in your life in times when it's been tough that you pulled through. Love yourself through. Be patient with yourself. And know that all the way up until now, I have faced my fears with strength. And I know that I will again. I hope you're not facing anything fearful. But I do want you to give yourself credit that in the case that you might, that you know you've got this, that you're capable and strong, and that you're going to be your own best friend even when it's hard. Enjoy this one. It feels good to love yourself this way.